everyone. Thank you for joining us for the second half hour of H-Town Live. June is Men's Health Awareness Month. And on this Wellness Wednesday, we're shedding light on how many men do not go and see the doctor. Fellas, when was the last time you went? Well, joining us is good friend of the show, Dr. Brooke Goldner. Thank you so much for waking up with us.
It's always good to be back here, and especially for a topic like this, right? Because as you mentioned, men need some health awareness. They are not going to the doctor. There was a new Cleveland Clinic study where they said that over 50% of men don't even talk about their health. And we were just talking about this, and I was talking in the green room with other folks, the fitness folks.
Yeah.
That they can't get their dad, their husband, their brother, their son to go to the doctor. That it's always the women kind of pushing. My husband's right here.
I know. I just asked him, and he's married to a doctor.
And I make his appointments. Now, thankfully, he's very health focused. So he's eating his salads, he's exercising. Right. But I'm the one that says it's time for the colonoscopy. Here's your appointment. It's time for this. So, you know, it is something that men need to be aware of, because that same study said 40% admit they only go to the doctor if they're seriously ill. And you don't want to go to the doctor when you're clutching your chest.
Right.
Well, you do, but you want to go beforehand and get some knowledge so it can empower you to do something about it.
Preventative.
Yes, yes. You know, the woman I was talking to backstage, she was saying that that her dad, when he couldn't walk anymore, but he said he didn't want to go to the doctor because he was afraid of what he might say. And I think that's part of the problem, is they're afraid, almost as if going and finding out is the problem.
Right.
And maybe they don't want to take medication, but you have choices, right? So the most common things that get men would be heart disease, prostate cancer, colon cancer. These are things that you can do something about if you catch it early on, right? Heart disease caused by diet, right? So colon cancer caused by high meat diets, not enough vegetables, things like that, right? I know we're in cowboy country, but real men eat salads too.
Exactly.
Right?
You need your greens.
Yeah. So if you go in early, yes, if you have those problems, a doctor might recommend medication, or you can see a doctor like me and I can talk to you about how you can change your diet and your lifestyle to get better. But knowledge is power. And you got to do something about it, because for decades and decades, they've been seeing that men die much earlier than women in our country, 5 to 6 years sooner. And one of the reasons is they're not going to see the doctor. They're not getting health care.
And a lot of times I feel like men, once their wives, let's say if their wives pass before them, they don't do well on their own because their wives aren't taking care of them.
Yeah, and I think it's multiple reasons. I mean, of course, the depression and the loss, but yes, they stop taking care of themselves as well. And so we really do need empowerment, that it is a manly thing to do, to go get your checkups, to go to the doctor, to take care of yourself, to eat well, and even the mental health side of it, to make sure you're getting the support and health that you need, and that you're not relying on just your partner or your mom to do it, because as we talked about, sometimes you're so busy taking care of everyone else, and the woman stops taking care of herself, right?
Well, I told you about that. I was like I mean, I hate to be like a nag, but I was making sure everybody was going to the doctor, and then I had a moment where I thought, I haven't been to the doctor. Oh my goodness, I need to go to the doctor. So I had to take an afternoon to do that for myself. My poor husband, he said, I never have been to so many doctors until I married you. And he found things though, but I want to make sure, because I need him and my daughter needs him, and I want him to live as long as possible in a healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely. You get your colonoscopy, they might find a precancer or a polyp.
Correct.
They remove it, they tell you what happened, and then you go, you know what, maybe I should be eating more fiber, maybe I should make some changes, and now you have many years of life to live and be healthier. But you wait until it's developed into a cancer that's spread throughout your body, and you've lost everything. So I think we need to, I know doctors can be scary. Yeah. A lot of people I see will tell me the first thing they say is, I hate doctors, but not you. And I go, okay. It's like, people show up to you, I hate doctors. Like, it's like getting in the front of a roller coaster or something, you know. And it's not, it doesn't have to be scary. We're here to help. We're coaches. We're people who work for you. Okay. So you can come to us, we can tell you what's going on, and then it's still up to you what you do and what help you get. I really encourage people to take charge of their health, because there's so much that we can do to help ourselves. I mean, I've been lupus free 19 years, and I still do my annual labs. I still got my colonoscopy. I still, you know, got my breast exam, all that kind of stuff. And it's always good news, but if it's not, I want to know.
Exactly.
Right? We have to stay on top of these things, and it gives us power.
Yes, I just got my alert. I have to have my mammogram. It's coming up. Right. I pre-schedule it, too, so that I get those alerts, because sometimes we get busy. For all of the men watching right now, what would you tell them? What's the biggest piece of advice to make sure that they're staying healthy and on top of their health?
Men,
We're talking to you fellas.
You're probably watching this video that your wife or mom is making you now watch.
Right.
No, it's really important. So number one, you've got to take care of just getting your annual exam. That can tell you in a nutshell how things are going. You know, usually they'll test for your cholesterol, they'll test your blood pressure, you'll find out how your thyroid's doing. You can get scheduled for any tests that should be coming up, like the colonoscopy and other things. Getting your prostate tested. The number one cancer found in men is prostate cancer. Former President Biden just found out he has prostate cancer. And this is a cancer that when it's discovered early is usually really minor, easy to treat and deal with. It doesn't ever have to spread, right? So if you get these tests done just in your annual exams, you can probably stay ahead of the issues before they become something else. The other is, men, if you have a symptom, if you're not feeling well, if you're having any unusual things where you're feeling short of breath, you're having pain, you're having anything that's different, see the doctor. All right, see the doctor and just find out what it was or what's going on. It may be nothing,
right,
but it may be something. And we don't want to wait until it's too late. And unfortunately, for a lot of men, by the time they get to the doctor, they're already dealing with late-stage issues because they just kept ignoring it until it progressed.
And then sometimes once you find out what is going on, and let's say you don't want to take all this medicine, you can always reach out to you. So tell everybody how they can get in touch with you, doctor.
Absolutely. So go to goodbyelupus.com. I don't just deal with people with autoimmune disease, but people with metabolic issues. I've helped a lot of men and women who wanted to lower their cholesterol, get off their blood pressure medicines, get their heart healthy again after a heart attack. And you can do it naturally, but you do need to do something about it. So whether it's medication, nutrition, exercise, both, you got to take care of yourself. So, yep, goodbyelupus.com. You can always reach me, make an appointment. I also have tons of free resources online. If you look up Goodbye Lupus on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, I'll be live this afternoon, 2:30 p.m. our time, just answering questions for the public, talking about men's health. I'm always trying to serve the public as much as I can for free.
Well, we always love having you. Thank you so much, doctor.